of aid and support to all anti-Iranian groups that have the capability to wage war and create difficulty for the Islamic State.
The confession has sparked criticism from those who let the United States set up shop in their backyard.
The U.S. is setting a precedent of double standards, which manifests itself in the backing of Sunni terrorists, which fight against the legitimate government of Iran to create a separatist state in the south of the country. It's sad that the U.S. airbase has now become a transit corridor for pro-American militants from Sunni insurgent groups which organize attacks in Iran.
And while the United States has employed such tactics in the past in Guatemala, Vietnam, and Afghanistan, critics of this latest development say, if true, the U.S. is treading in some very dangerous waters.
What is extraordinary about this particular terrorist organization that has the backing of the United States is that they carry out some of the most brutal murders. They cut people's heads off on television. And it doesn't get any coverage on the BBC or CNN or in the New York Times, which is itself pretty extraordinary. But the murders that they've carried out have angered Iranians for the last few years.
The United States State Department strongly denies any involvement with Rigi and released this statement to RT.
We view the arrest of Mr. Rigi as a positive step to prevent potential attacks against innocent civilians. The US strongly condemns all forms of terrorism, including those that target Iran. Any allegations of US involvement are absurd. The US does not sponsor or support terrorism.
Also, the Obama administration has repeatedly said relations with Iran have to begin with renewed diplomacy, a sentiment which has critics growing increasingly more skeptical.
I think it's quite obvious that the United States is being very hypocritical. They were not only supporting this particular terrorist organization, but they were also supporting the MEK for many years. They've carried out many thousands of terrorist attacks in Iran over the last 3 decades.
But true or not, the allegations could strike a serious blow to any hopes of Iran restarting dialogue with the U.S. anytime soon. Sean Thomas, RT.